And now we continue, ladies and gentlemen. These bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The 3 judges at ringside for this first contest, scoring the bout on a 10-point must system, will be Chuck Jampa, Jerry Roth, and Doug Tucker. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Tony Weeks. And now, let's get the party started. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant USBA Bantamweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trimmed with purple and weighing in at 117.5 pounds. An outstanding record consisting of 40 victories in 42 professional bouts, including 27 knockouts with only 2 losses. From our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the former 2-time world champion, Mark Too Sharp Johnson. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trimmed with gold letters, he officially weighed in at 117.5 pounds also, and his professional record stands at 26 victories in 29 bouts, including 24 knockouts with 3 defeats. De Ciudad de Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, Rafael Marquez.
Let's go. Here we go. Come on. Okay, you already received your instructions. I'll receive your instrucciones. Be careful with your head. Cuidado con sus cabezas. Right here is good. Anything below that is going to be low. Aquí está bien, aquí no. Right here is good. Anything below that is going to be low. Aquí está bien, aquí no. Keep everything above the waist. Dedos en todo para arriba. I want a good, clean fight. Yo quiero uno play limpia. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Escúchame, cuídate. Ready? Listo? Ready? Let's go. Vámonos.
The stakes are high for these fighters. The winner will be declared a mandatory challenger for Bantamweight champion Tim Austin, supposedly to meet later this year. Just a minor correction, Emmanuel. Now I hear he said that Johnson claims to have beaten Tim Austin 2 times in their 2 fights as amateurs.
Well, he's never lost to him, that's for sure. That's what he's saying.
We'll get Austin's side of the story some other time.
Yeah, amateur boxing and professional boxing is different.
Mark Too Sharp Johnson looking to see if his skills are too sharp. This is the 4th bout of his comeback. He had a 19-month layoff. He spent the better part of the year 2000 in jail for violating parole.
Well, I can see right away that he's intending to try to go for a decision this time. He's intending to try to outbox Marquez instead of going for the knockout as he did in the last fight. Yes. You notice he's maintaining a distance this time, whereas the first time he was getting very close, which was playing into Marquez's game, but he's keeping his distance this time.
Well, Johnson talked to us yesterday about the fact that he did not know that Marquez was so physically strong until he got him inside the ring.
Marquez is also very difficult to hit clean, and he has a good jab of his own, which is unusual. I think his hand speed is surprising, at least to me. When he fought the first fight, I was very surprised.
Johnson, of course, the southpaw. Marquez fights out of the conventional stance.
And I can see that Marquez has been training very well in preparing to fight a southpaw. He's doing everything properly. He's parrying Johnson's jab with his left hand and still in a position where he can counter with that same left hand. It's just what he did just there.
Both fighters feeling their way here in the first round.
I can tell that Johnson came in intended to box and handle him at a distance, but he's probably becoming aware of the fact that that's not working. Marquez is showing surprisingly good boxing skills in this fight, and may have the edge in the boxing right now.
When we head into the corner of Rafael Marquez, Ray Torres will do the interpreting for us this evening.
You got to be live. He's closing the distance for you. You got to throw more than one punch, 2 or 3 punches. Don't let him win in that aspect. Make sure you throw punches. Are you fine? Is everything okay?
Okay, what you doing beautiful. Give me a towel. Wait a minute, towel. No, give me a towel. Give me a towel. No. Come out low. Come out low, man. Keep breaking this rhythm with your fake before you go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Go seconds out.
What happens right here is what happens often when you have a southpaw and a right-hander fighting. Often they get their legs crossed because their 2 lead legs come together at the same time.
Manny, you talked about the distance between both fighters in the early going. Johnson told us yesterday in the first fight that initially he didn't respect Marquez's punching power ability, so he went in close in the first fight and possibly tired himself out in the later rounds, and he also got caught in the later rounds with a lot of shots.
Yeah, he tried to go for the knockout because he was hitting him fairly easy, and he thought that he would have knocked him out since he hadn't heard anything about him. But this particular fight, it's interesting. There's more boxing, but Marquez is holding his own in the boxing department. And I know later on the fight's going to get pretty hectic when both guys realize that they have not established a confident lead. In addition to the booing from the crowd.
The crowd getting antsy early on here at Mandalay Bay.
Too Sharp fought the first fight like a hammer, and he's trying to fight this one like a knife. It isn't working.
Quick counter by Marquez.
Yeah, Marquez is sitting, waiting for him to come in and let him take that little slight step back and shoot the right-hand counter, much like Antonio Barrera does a lot when he fights southpaws.
Marquez opens up, blows to the body.
Marquez is very sharp, and he's landing a lot of punches. That was that counter jab again. He's landing uppercuts a lot, too. A little short punches from underneath, which is interesting. I never saw him do that before.
The other thing that was impressive about Marquez's counter jab came over the top.
Yes, he's working perfectly. He's using his left hand to counter, to pick his punches off and to counter at the same time. He's actually fighting more of a counter-punching fight and being effective at it at this stage.
Mark Too Sharp Johnson showing Rafael Marquez quite a bit of respect.
Out. Oh, hey, oh. Don't do that. Okay, listen to my thing. Okay, go ahead. A little bit. Okay.
Don't miss these upcoming HBO sports shows. Monday night at 10 p.m., catch the next installment of Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. Check out the raging debate over whether dodgeball should be banned from our schools. March 9, Boxing After Dark returns with a lightweight title fight featuring champion Paul Spadafora against the always tough Angel Man Freddy. March 23, Prince Nassim Hamed makes his return to the ring, taking on Manuel Calvo in a featherweight bout. Also that night, fan favorite and former world champion Johnny Tapia, who's in attendance tonight, takes on hard-punching Angel Vasquez. And On the Record with Bob Costas returns for its second season, March 28, featuring another collection of superstar athletes in Hollywood's elite. Big names, bold questions, Bob's back, only on HBO.